हमारे सीने में दिल ही है नहीं तो रहम कहां से होगा। हाँ, दिल का शोला दहक रहा है, जाने कब बुझेगा।
There is a day in history where 900 people, including children, educated people, religious people, smart, intelligent people, 900 of them voluntarily gave up their life on the instructions of one man. No, there is no religion involved. This is the story of Jim Jones and Jonestown. You can always read up data. I'm here to tell you the juicy bits. See, here's what's happening. One dude starts a religion, a cult, where people start to believe in what he says. Now, what he says is very interesting. He says those who remain drugged with religion, they need to be brought to enlightenment, that which is socialism. So he had this idea that someone has to take care of you and you cannot do everything yourself, and whatever socialism stands for, irrelevant. This dude put together a big team of people. He had a piece of land where this was being promoted. It was a business, let's put it this way, keeping him busy. And people would love to come and listen to the ideas of how to build a community together. Basically, everybody got together and they said, okay, you know what, the right way of living is to have flatline socialism. So nobody gets to be the hero except the one who made the movie. It's called apostolic socialism. They started their journey in Indiana, where they set up a small piece of land and where people would gather and they would literally live together. That was the idea. But it was shortly shot down because the principles of what this cult believed in, meaning to say that everything is flat, everybody should get equal opportunity, there is no concept of color, race, creed. Yeah, doesn't this make a little something is wrong, isn't it? Yes, you are smelling smoke. This dude put together a cult, sure, but the principles of this cult sound really cool. In the sense everybody would be equal and there would be no problems. Of course, as I said, the maker of the movie essentially governs everything, and that's how this folded backwards. What essentially happened was it started off as a beautiful dream, then moved to a part of Brazil where they acquired land. A US senator, he landed there, and a couple of days later, everybody decided to die. And the stories that come out are obviously quite controversial in the sense what actually happened that everybody agreed to die. And incidentally, this wasn't the first time. They had done at least two practice drills where these people were given a liquid to drink and they were told they will die in 45 minutes. But guess what? This was a fake drink. Jim Jones, the founder of this cult, was governing all of this, and as his health deteriorated and whatnot, the whole thing started to fold backwards in. Movies, they used to air movies, okay, every week or whatever, and then those movies stopped, and then there were movies about socialism, about war, about hatred against America. Strange things started happening there, and then the senator landed into this airstrip, which is some distance away from this village that they had created. 500 people migrated over to help build this entire colony. Yeah, 900 people were living there. Children were living there. Yes, children also had the poison. It's strange how you can brainwash so many people together, isn't it? Incidentally, they found a wrangled body of the senator. I'm sure Jonestown is the muse for the village. Have you seen the movie?
Dating can be very dangerous. It can lead to marriage. The only route to a divorce.
Those villages are not going to pillage themselves, are they? Someone's got to do it. Trust the Vikings. Now, these vicious people from Iceland would be traveling all over, months at sea, with no food to eat. I mean, have you seen Iceland? The country's got cloudy, rainy, cold weather throughout the year. Those people are fed up. and they kind of pissed. Traveling on the sea all the time, the only food they had was fish. So they would ferment the fish, salt the fish, do various things to preserve the fish, and one of those things picked up and became something like a fad. It's like cheese. It's like fish cheese that's smothered in ammonia. It's called Haukartl, Hakarl, but the A after the H is pronounced as How. How. Man, those Vikings are crazy, weren't they?
You get the strap on. Let's make a super baby.
So how do they make it? There's this Greenland shark that's poisonous if eaten fresh. Guess what? It becomes edible after it's decomposed completely. You gut the fish out, take out all its internal organs, chop off the head, and put the fish belly down with its meat into the sand. That's right, you bury this gutted fish with its meat touching the sand. Then you put sand on top of it, and then you put heavy load on top of it to squeeze the fish, and all the juices will pour into the sand. If it's not sounding delicious already, wait. 9 to 12 weeks, this fish remains in the sand, and obviously the bacteria are having a ball of a time, and they break down the entire urea in the fish and make the fish's meat edible. After those 3 months have passed, you would take that out. Whatever carcass remains gently, cut it into slices, and then hang it, dry it for another 2 months. After 6 months, this is cheese that Anthony Bourdain, one of the finest French chefs to have lived, well, at least finest chef presenters to have lived, funny guy, he calls it the most disgusting food on the planet. I am wondering how many trials and errors it took before they figured out it should be kept for 12 weeks and not 3 days.
मगर ये तो कोई ना जाने कि मेरी मंजिल है कहाँ. पापा कहते हैं बड़ा काम करेगा. बैठे हैं मिलके सब यार अपने, सबके दिलों में अरमाए है वो जिंदगी में कल क्या बनेगा. हर एक नजर का सपना ये है कोई इंजीनियर का काम करेगा. बिजनेस में कोई अपना नाम करेगा. मगर ये तो कोई ना जाने कि मेरी मंजिल है कहाँ. पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा. मेरा तो सपना है एक चेहरा देखे जो उसको झूमे बाहर. गालों में खिलती गलियों का मौसम, आँखों में जादू, होठों पे प्यार. बंदा ये खूबसूरत काम करेगा, दिल की दुनिया में अपना नाम करेगा. मेरी नजर से देखो तो यारों कि मेरी मंजिल है कहाँ. पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा.
That's a beautiful singer named Tamir Khan.